Hello, my darlings. It's Risa coming to you live on Friday for some heart to heart conversation. Today is for you. If you are feeling like your partner is not treating you the way that you want to be treated, maybe you're feeling not so loved or appreciated or respected, and this is something that I see is kind of at the root of a lot of problems in relationship. And what we're talking about is this idea of codependence today. And I don't often use that word because I know for me, when I was married, I was married to a man who struggled with alcoholism and depression. And I didn't even know what that word meant. But a lot about what that means. And so it doesn't really matter what you call it. But here's the thing is that, you know what? We all want to feel loved. We all want to feel appreciated. We all want to be respected. And you should expect that. Definitely should expect that in a good, healthy relationship. So here's the problem. This was the mistake I made, and that I see a lot of women making, is that we're coming into the relationship from a place of needing that versus wanting that. Do you see the distinction? Type in, by the way, say hi if you're here, if you're on the replay, and if you can relate to this at all. So what's the difference? If we're needing that, if we're coming from that place of need, this is the problem with that is that like we don't have control, first of all, how other people are showing up and how they're behaving, but we do always have the power to choose what's acceptable to us and what's not acceptable to us. So I know it's easy to just point fingers and look at that other person and just think, oh, well, you know what, it's their fault, it's their problem. But we have to be willing to get the focus back on ourselves and just own the fact that we're responsible. I had to learn that too. It's like I'm 100% responsible for my experience in life, and if I'm accepting unacceptable behavior, then that's up to me to do something about. People kind of treat you how people treat us how we teach them sort of how to treat us, and I had to sort of reteach my husband at the time what was okay and what was not okay, and sometimes that takes a little while. But so this is my invitation for you today, though, is just, would you be willing to just kind of look at, am I coming to this relationship from a place of needing that love, that approval from you, versus just wanting it, having it be a healthy expectation? And I know, like I said, for me, that was the mistake that I made. I just didn't even realize how much I was looking to my partner for that love, for that approval, until he started descending into alcoholism and depression. And then I had a choice to make. Am I going to go down with you or not? And that was sort of the beginning. That was my opportunity to come back and take responsibility for myself and find my way back to the truth of who I am, and have since learned a lot about what does it mean to be in good, right, loving relationship with yourself. And so this is the problem. When we're coming to it from a place of need, how does that show up? Then that if I'm needing you to love me and approve of me, then I'm maybe settling for some behaviors or a relationship that's not really serving me. I may be settling for acceptance of unacceptable behaviors. I may be tolerating people treating me the way that is not okay. And and then I know for me, it was a lot about just not being able to speak up, not being able to ask for what I want, or feeling like just really afraid of any kind of conflict. It's like when we need that love and approval from another person, we don't want to rock the boat, right? We're afraid to create any kind of conflict. And so, what I see as possible and what I've learned is that we can start to show up differently. We can get our focus back on ourselves and start to honor who we are and learn how to really stand in our power and stand in our truth. And that's what I've learned how to do for me, and that's the work that I love to do with you as well. So the other thing I want to say about that I learned from that experience in my marriage was that I really learned that, I was making my emotional well-being really dependent on another person and how they were choosing to show up or not show up, even for themselves. That's, I tell you this a lot, but it's just, you know what, we're all humans. We're all human beings. And your partner is probably just having a hard enough time figuring out how to make themselves happy, never mind having to have the responsibility of showing up and making us happy. And again, that's not to say that you shouldn't expect someone to be able to show up and give you that love and that respect and in a healthy relationship. But when we're needing that, the love also becomes very conditional. It's like, all right, well, if you show up and you're showing me attention and you're nice to me, then I love you. And if you don't, then I don't love you. It's like a very conditional kind of love. And I don't know about you, but that's not the kind of relationship that I want. I don't want it to be really conditional love. And most of us, that's how we're taught. That's how we're taught to do relationships. I need to find that other half, that other person to complete me, to make me feel happy, to make me feel whole. But I'll tell you something, this is at the root of a lot of problems in relationships. It's like we have to come into it from that place of wholeness within ourselves. And I will just tell you that whatever situation you're in, it's really just an opportunity for growth. So take a breath. Don't use this as an opportunity to blame yourself or beat yourself up or think I'm doing something wrong. It's just an opportunity. When we're in a relationship and we're not happy with it, it's an opportunity for us to look at ourselves and grow and say, well, you know what is it? What is it in me that's settling or allowing this, unacceptable behavior or, because it's really when we start to treat ourselves differently, when we start to get in better relationship with ourselves, it changes everything. And sometimes, I'll tell you, I've worked with clients where we've started to do our own inner work and, they've been able to show up happier, feeling more whole, more confident, more understanding, recognizing the beauty and the truth of who they are. They start to show up in a way that allows them to offer more love from an unconditional place, from that place of truth within them. And then that changes everything. It changes the whole dynamic. And so I've seen it where just, we have a lot of power to influence the relationship dynamic. So if you're in a situation and you're really, see that you want to try and make it work, you're with a good person and you feel like you see some potential, we start to do our own inner work, then that can really create a lot more positive dynamics. I've seen that happen where just by us doing our own work, it really can save a relationship and really start to improve a relationship. Of course, other person, we all have our stuff, right? We all have our patterns. The other person also has to be willing to look at their own stuff. So I've seen it go that way too, where it's like, oh, okay, now I'm showing up as a healthier version of myself. And, it's like, I would say, it's like the relationship is like a dance. I start to show up differently, more in alignment with my truth, more, more in good relationship with myself. And then I can see, well, now, can he dance with me now? Is he leaning in? Is he leaning out? And so I've seen it also happen where then, I got healthy, woman got healthy, and the partner was not willing to do their own work. And so that was then no longer a match. I got healthy, he didn't, and now it's not working anymore. And so that's good to know too, right? And maybe not the result that they wanted, but they got the clarity they needed. So I hope this is helpful for you today. So this is my tip really, is just, can we start to just think about, am I coming from a place of what do I need to get from you in order for me to be okay, for me to feel whole, feel happy in myself? Or am I just coming from a whole place within myself, and just looking at our expectations? Are we needing that partner to fill up our love tank when we really need to be getting that from ourselves first? So just being able to take a step back and just, am I looking to from what do I need to get from you, or what do I have to offer from that place of love and wholeness within ourselves, which is ultimately, I would say, really what we want. We want to feel. That's how we want to feel, right? We want to feel happy with ourselves and whole, and be able to just feel the truth and the beauty of who we are. So I love you. I hope this was helpful for you today. And I'll tell you, one really powerful question that you can ask yourself anytime you're feeling any negative emotion. This is the bottom line go-to question. What do I need to do today to take care of myself? The birds agree. Or what do I need to do right now just to take care of me? Right? And so I know self-love, that's a big topic. That's the work. That's the transformational work that I've done with myself. And not that I've arrived or I'm all perfect all the time or I'm totally in love with myself all the time. Trust me, I'm not. But at least I can recognize unhealthy patterns if I'm noticing that I'm starting to look to other people to fill that void, to fill that need in me, and I have the tools I need to be able to sit with myself and just recognize and remind myself of who I am. And so I'd love to be able to support you more if you feel like you're on a journey of finding more wholeness and love for yourself and get the clarity you need about the relationship you're in. So give this a thumbs up if it was helpful for you today. And I'm really excited to be with you live next week. I'm going to be on Zoom with you on Thursday night, the 19th, for a free masterclass called How Do You Know When It's Time to Go? We're going to talk about all this in a little more depth. What's not working and can you fix it? What do you really need to be happy? And how do you know when it's time to go? How do you get to that place of real clarity within yourself? So I'm going to share with you about what I call my relationship clarity process. It's going to be a really powerful, really transformational hour. We're not going to be making any big life decisions in an hour, but I promise you, you're going to come out after that hour feeling like you are more in charge of your life, like more, we're going to start to just really take our power back, to start to choose how we need to show up and how we get to that point of clarity, making the choices so we can make the choices that are right for us and know that we can be happy no matter what happens. So I'm going to drop a link into the comments. Click below if you want to come on Zoom and join me Thursday night, the 19th, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. And if you can't join us live, register anyway so that you can get access to the recording. But if you can, make space in your calendar. It's all completely confidential. Well, after the hour, we'll shut the recording off and we'll have private time for questions and answers and do some coaching and connect with some of the other women. So all completely confidential. So click below if you want to come. I would love to see you and actually meet you on Zoom. And so just click below to join us for the masterclass. Give this a thumbs up if it was helpful. Type in, say hi if you're on the recording. All right, darlings, lots of love. Remember to take good care of you. Your bottom line question at any given moment in time: what do I need to do right now to take care of myself? Maybe I need to come outside. It's gorgeous out here today. Take some deep breaths, get a breath of fresh air, eat something healthy, or just have some quiet time to sit. So whatever you need to do, here I'm happy to support you further. Come on over and join me next week for the free masterclass. It's going to be really powerful. All right, darlings, sending you lots of love. Mwah. Take good care of you, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.